What's up, you guys? I'm Levi Hummon, and my brand new song, Paying For It, featuring Walker Hayes, is out now, and you're watching Most Requested Live, Ask Anything Chat. Thank you so much to Romeo and iHeartRadio for having me. Let's start answering questions. Let's go. Constance from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. How do you pronounce your full name with a proper native accent, and where was I born? I guess that means like a southern accent. My name is Levi Hummon. Levi like the jeans, Hummon like hummus with an O-N, and I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. Lucinda from Pennsboro, West Virginia. Will you and your dad, Marcus Hummon, plan on making the song Blessed Broken Road on one of your upcoming or future albums? So my dad's a songwriter here in Nashville, Tennessee, and he wrote songs like Blessed Broken Road, Cowboy Take Me Away, a bunch of other amazing big songs. I actually have recently talked to my dad about doing a cover of Blessed Broken Road with him because we like to sing it together. So possibly. Deanna from Hamburg, New York. When will I be coming to Buffalo, New York, or somewhere close by? I'm dying to see you live. We are literally planning a New York tour right now, so get ready. That's awesome you asked that. Hope to see you there. Tina from Grand Rapids, Michigan. What up, Grand Rapids? How did I get hooked up with Walker Hayes for the new single? So I've been a fan of Walker Hayes for pretty much my entire artist career. I've been a fan of him since he had a song called You Broke Up With Me. And he was on my calendar for a writing session here in Nashville and got to write with him. And Paying For It, our song, that was our first ever write together, first ever time really hanging with Walker. And it was really cool that it happened. Kelly from Portland, Oregon. What made you decide to go into music and why country? Well, I am born and raised from Nashville, so music was always around. Also, my dad's a songwriter, so kind of didn't have a choice. In some capacity, I knew I was creative, and I also knew that music is what I loved. But I started as a songwriter. I fell in love with songwriting, and then that became music. And obviously, because I'm in Nashville, it just kind of shifted to country, where nowadays I think every genre is kind of incorporated in country, but I definitely still believe it's country. Denise from Aurora, Colorado. What is up, Denise? How old were you when you realized that you could sing? I don't know if I can sing, so I'm still learning. I will say so my mom's a preacher, my dad's a songwriter, so I grew up singing in church a lot. And one day I sang one of my dad's songs for my mom just kind of as a joke, and I made her cry, and I was like, maybe I do have a good voice. Julie from Horicon, Wisconsin. I've never heard of that city. That's awesome. Oh, Levi, grab a lollipop and tell me how many licks to the center of the lollipop. If you don't know, call a friend Walker Hayes. He knows. There's no question mark in here, but I will say this. I'm the kind of guy that gets bored with a lollipop and just chews it. So, ooh, a long question. What has it been like for you choosing to go grassroots route and pave your way humbly in the industry when your dad is a legend in the country music genre? Yeah, it's a great question. I actually got back to Nashville. I went to school in Florida for 2 years, and I came back to Nashville. And when I came to Nashville, I started pursuing music, and honestly, my dad was my champion. My dad got me back into music. My dad taught me, but ever since then, I've been really pushing the boundaries of what I think country music is and what I love about music, and really making a name for myself. And that's been very difficult, but also as I've gotten older, I realized that I want to incorporate my dad in the stuff I do, and I really want to live these experiences and remember things with him, because it's so special being able to work with your dad, and it's just amazing. That being said, on the independent route, I actually signed my first ever record deal right when I came back from college. Lost that record deal and kind of didn't have a choice. I was like, if I want to put out the music I want to put out, I'm going to have to do it independent. And so it's just been a journey. But now I just signed my first real record deal with Red Van Records, Kevin Jonas Sr. of the Jonas Brothers, the dad. And we've been doing some really cool stuff, and Paying For It is my first ever song at radio. Glenda from Manchester. What up? How long have you and Kirsten, been together as a couple? When do you guys plan on getting married? So funny you asked. We just got engaged. So anytime, I guess. We haven't even got to that part, but we did get engaged just this past week, and it was really special. I don't know if I answered that question right, but here we go. Angela from Little Rock. What is up, Angela? I know Angela. From Little Rock, Arkansas. Do you have an environment that is easier to write in? For example, no dogs or with the pups, in the woods, or in your TikTok live room? That's a great question, because I feel like the vibes have to be vibing to write a great song. I feel like it's really hard to write great music when you're just like sitting in a cubicle. So I like there to be just good energy and good vibes. That's all I can say. Brittany from McLeansboro, Illinois. I never heard that city. Are there any new songs that will be released anytime soon? Yes. Just get ready. I'm sure within the next week after seeing this or hearing this, you'll be in the know. Natalie from Jersey City. What was the biggest surprise for you when you got into the industry? Something that you weren't expecting. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting how freaking hard it is. When I got back from college, I immediately signed a record deal, immediately signed a publishing deal, and I thought it was the easiest thing ever in my entire life. And I remember I had this conversation with an artist that my dad was working at the time, and the artist said, it's not fair, Levi hasn't paid any dues yet. And I was like, I don't know. But what's interesting is no matter what happens in your career, you're going to have moments where you're paying dues, and you're going to have moments that are tough and it's hard. You got to push through, and the only way to make it through is not giving up. And so for me, the biggest surprise for me is how hard it is, but it's also how much belief you have to have in yourself to make it through that. Tony from Beggs, Oklahoma. By the way, I have 3 dogs here, so if you hear dogs whining in the background, that's totally normal here. And actually, my dog, that is English Mastiff, just turned 1 today, so we have a 180-pound dog that's 1 year old. Does KK, aka Kirsten, go to all your concerts with you? And do your parents ever come out with you? Kirsten has been to a lot of my concerts, and I love when she comes. My parents do come. My mom is actually really, really busy these days. She's a traveling preacher. She has an organization called Thistle Farms that she goes and promotes. She was literally in Cambodia last week. She was in Nairobi, Kenya. She goes all over the world. But when she's in town, she comes to the show. I try to get her out to some stuff. My dad does travel with me, and whenever he's out with me, I bring him up on stage, usually. All right, you guys. Thanks again to Romeo for having me on the show tonight. My brand new song is called Paying For It. I'm Levi Hummon. Have a blessed one, and I cannot wait to see you guys on the road.